Disclaimer, I've never seen the Death Note anime. I know, crucify me right now, but I've never seen the anime prior to seeing this movie. I've always wanted to check it out, but just never gotten a chance to. So when I heard that Netflix was adapting the anime to a live-action movie, I got excited, naturally. Now that I've finally seen it, I have a few things to say. So for those of you who don't know, real quick, Death Note centers around a high schooler named Light Turner, who comes across a notebook called, yep, you guessed it, the Death Note. What's so special about this book? Well, anybody whose name gets written into the book dies in a, crazy, horrific, random accident. Think Final Destination. So with this kind of power, how far will this kid go? Again, I'll be coming at this with the point of view of somebody who hasn't seen the anime. A lot of my friends who have seen the anime and have watched this movie have expressed how much they dislike the hell out of this movie. But for somebody who's never seen the anime and is just watching this movie, this is what I think about it. So with that being said, the premise is really interesting to me. The idea that this kid has so much power can make for some very interesting scenarios. I like the idea of these characters. I say the idea for a reason, and I'll explain later. Some anime will just never work in live action. I'm looking at you, Dragon Ball Evolution. With this concept, I think it would work perfectly. The concepts that this anime has and that this show has, like you look at a character like this and it's like, how do you adapt that to live action? Oh, that's how you do it. And he looks cool. It looks right. It looks spot on. Ryuk, played by Willem Dafoe, was awesome. Ryuk and Light's dad, I feel, were the only good characters. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the movie for very long, so I like the parts that he was in. That kind of sums up what I liked about the movie. Let's talk about the negative. So now we circle back to what I said earlier. I like the idea of a lot of these characters, but there's a sense that something's just off. Like, each one of these characters are idiots. Like, I don't know what else to say, but they're freaking idiots. There's just something about each one of them that just makes you not like them as a character. So, for example, Light Turner. This is the most whiny kid I've ever seen in a movie. As a matter of fact, a lot of the characters end up coming off as whiny. He's not the only one. Like the super detective L. For every cool or interesting thing L does, he also does or says something stupid or out of character. Like, L is supposed to be this super amazing detective who cuts through all the drama and BS and gets to the point, yet he always comes off as being emotional, and sometimes he's a whiny brat, and sometimes, like, that's irritating. He's not true to his character, or at least it doesn't feel like it. But the worst offender, easily, the very worst thing that almost kills this movie, is the girlfriend. I can't talk about the girlfriend and how terrible she is without revealing certain plot elements. So this is my official spoiler warning. If you don't want to be spoiled by this awful movie, then yeah. If you don't want anything spoiled for you, go ahead and skip to the time that I'll leave in the description below to finish the video. Okay, so the girlfriend was the worst, wasn't she? She's completely unlikable from the frickin' start. And Light, keep in mind, this dude has only had the Death Note for like a day, decides to tell her about the book. From that moment on, I knew that one, this kid was not smart, like, at all, and two, that this chick would be his undoing. Like, it was completely telegraphed from the get-go. And once you know it, I was right. She turns out to be crazy. And in the midst of going on their little Kira crusade, she decides to pull some crap on Light and tries to steal his book from him. Who is this crazy? And why didn't he see this crap coming like a mile away like everybody else did? I rolled my eyes so hard during the scene where they're in the rain and she tells Light, I love you. And I'm like, she's playing you, dude. I really wanted to like this movie. But the girlfriend just drags it so far down. She drags the entire movie down. Everything about this character and how they executed the story around her was awful. Terrible, terrible, awful. As I was writing this review, I slowly realized the flaws more and more. I really, really wanted to like this movie, but I can't let it off easy just because I wanted to like it. Death Note isn't no Dragon Ball Evolution, but it's a far cry from what it should have been. That's why I'm giving Death Note a 2 out of 5. It's worth a single viewing maybe, and then you'll forget about it. So, my question for today is, what's your favorite live-action adaptation of an anime? Do you even have a favorite? Go ahead and comment your answer below, and if you enjoyed this video, why don't you hit that like button? And if you want to see more reviews like this, go ahead and subscribe as well. I'll see you folks next time.
Man, you look at the sky. All the stars, man, the stars are beautiful.